and we've got, who do we have back here? We have Kevin back again. But he's not talking about space. He's not talking about planes or airplanes or trains or whatever. But we are talking about water because we're talking about Waterford.
Yes. Yes,
And tell me what's going on. You're the president of the Waterford.
Yeah, the Waterford Museum
Yeah, and Cultural Center.
and Cultural Center.
Yeah, tell me what they're doing.
Well, we just reopened just about a week ago.
Anastasia said that they're getting ready.
Yeah, we had a wonderful turnout. We're featuring 2 new exhibits there, which if you're into local history, it's just a remarkable collection of material there. On the first United Church in Waterford.
Yep. Is that where you're having your exhibition or no?
It's right at the museum.
Oh, that's
It's from
okay,
the-
good. Yeah,
the
okay.
church is now closed.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we're also featuring a collection of a wonderful Waterford artist from the 19th century, Ralph Savage, whose paintings were influenced by the famous Hudson River School.
Sure, the Hudson River School, yeah.
But it's just a remarkable museum if you're into local history. And Waterford is the oldest continuously incorporated village in the country.
Get out. Is that right?
Yes, it was incorporated.
That was a secret. I didn't know that.
Right. It was incorporated in 1794.
Wow. And Waterford is a village, city, town, what is it?
It's a village.
It's a village.
In addition to town.
Okay.
But the village is the oldest continuously incorporated village in the state.
Isn't that
It's
amazing?
a wonderful history.
So now you're right on the water, Waterford, let's think about
Yeah.
that. You're on a lock, aren't you? Well, sort of.
Sort of, yes. But Waterford has a remarkable network of waterways. You have the Hudson River, we're separating it from Troy, the Mohawk River, the border with the Cohoes. In addition, the barge canal system, which is a land cut section, goes right from the village up to the joint.
Was that part of the Erie Canal? No.
Yes, the barge, the Erie Canal,
Yeah.
the Champlain Canal.
Yeah.
But in addition, there's a network of old abandoned canals that were originally constructed for the canal system. The museum is located right off of Route 32.
Yeah, I know
near-
we're 32, yeah.
Near the Cohoes Bridge.
Sure.
And it's on Museum Lane, kind of a narrow
It
street.
runs right along the river, actually, 32
It
does.
front-
Yeah.
And the museum fronts on an abandoned section of the old Champlain Canal.
Oh,
And fortunately, these canal segments have walkways right along them, so
it's a natural.
It is. It's a wonderful public access, and it's really just a nice, really interesting place to be.
So this is kind of a secret. People don't know about it,
I
right?
think you're right. Yes.
I think we
would
need to
think
get
it's-
the word out.
I think that's a good mission. Yes. Yeah. It's one of the best gems in the area.
So when can they visit Waterford?
Oh, you can visit on Thursday.
Are you open every day or no?
Not every day. We start
Because of the
just as-
pandemic,
Yeah,
probably.
just as we reopen, we're open on Thursdays and Saturdays, or by appointment.
Sure.
But
So if you had a group that you wanted to bring, you could contact
yeah.
them and you might make an accommodation.
absolutely, yeah. In addition, we're going to be starting this summer, thanks to our director Anastasia, we'll be starting walking tours of the town and village.
That's great.
Yeah. Again, we're located right along the old abandoned Champlain Canal, which weaves its way through the village.
So you're telling me that this was incorporated in the 1700s or whatever?
1794.
Yeah, 94. How about the buildings there? Are they still the existing buildings
Well,
there,
well,
or are they reconstructions?
Well, quite a few are, yes. Yeah, the oldest part of the village, I believe, is right down by the Hudson River at the junction of the Erie Canal. But yes, the Broad Street, the main street there is largely intact from that age.
So are they like Dutch buildings, or I mean, who settled there? Like we know that the stockade area in Schenectady was settled by the Dutch. So who settled Waterford?
French,
Okay.
Italians, and Germans.
So they came in the 1700s then?
Yes, yeah, largely immigrant, of course, immigrants.
Yeah.
At
Interesting.
the time, the old Erie Canal was being constructed then. So
They needed laborers.
Exactly. So a lot of the folks that settled there came from, of course, from Europe, through Canada, or from New York City, immigrated to Waterford.
Looking for new opportunities.
Yeah, and one of the big opportunities was construction of the Erie Canal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And now, one of the things I discovered is, I mean, you know, you think of the Erie Canal and you think it's this huge thing, but it was not that wide, and they had mules that actually dragged.
Exactly. Exactly. When the canal system was constructed in the early 1800s, it was all land cut, typically what we think of as canals.
And it wasn't deep.
No, not at all. And then, you know, they had a lack of powered boats that could go across the current, so it was
Yeah.
all these land-cut channels that were relatively level, and we had elevation change, a series of locks to change the boats. But yes, the barges were towed by ox or, you know, mules.
Yeah.
So
I got
so
a
there's
mule and her name is Sal. One of
Yes,
those.
exactly, yeah. So there really is still a system of like right-of-ways right along the old canal system. And then in 1900, when, you know, ships began to be much larger.
It was abandoned pretty much.
A lot of the land cut sections were abandoned, not all, but like, for example, in Waterford, there's one that bypasses Goers Falls.
Mm-hmm.
But so now the barge canal system is a series of canalized waterways, rivers, lakes, Mohawk River,
Sure.
Oneida Lake, and then land cut system,
Yeah.
land cut channels.
Yeah. Contiguous waters that you can go from here to there, and
Yeah,
you know,
link
keep.
right.
And people do that with their boats and ships, and I don't know whether they portage anything anymore, but I mean, they do if you're in a canoe somewhere.
Waterford is also one of 6 major boating centers on the canal system designed for recreational boating. You know, a lot of the, you know, commercial traffic
Sure.
is but recreational boaters are the primary users. And Waterford is the visitor center, or the boating center, I should say, for the Capital District. I mean,
So-
the ones at Whitehall and Little Falls and Oswego.
Yeah.
So,
So you have, I mean, you have a cultural center there. I mean, so we talk about the museum and cultural center. The fact that you're having walking tours is like the historic, you're really promoting the history of Waterford.
Sure,
And
yeah.
the foundation of it being the oldest village in the, please, I mean, blows my mind. I did not know it was so
That's an
close.
interesting fact, huh?
Yeah.
But, you know, besides just, you know, typical classes talking in a classroom or something, on these you'll be able to walk through and just see the history. You know?
Yeah. Isn't that the way to learn it, though?
It really is,
To
yes.
put your foot to the
Interactive.
ground and walk, and
Interactive.
you take a deep breath and you say, oh my goodness, this is really, the
Yes,
people
yeah.
really walked here in 1700 and just lived in that house or whatever. So how long have you been president of the organization?
1 year. I've been on the board for about, I think, 10.
Okay, so this is your 1 year of serving as president and keeping the mission
It's
going,
an
right?
interesting year, because, you know, considering we were.
I know.
close,
Well, they'll give you another year. Yeah, you know.
We'll see.
Yeah, 2020 doesn't count. We're going to go 2021, 22. So anyway, but here you are, so interested in history because you're involved, and maybe you're just tuning in, but he was on earlier in the show to talk about the Empire State Aerosciences Museum, which of course is all history of aviation, and now you do the history of the water area. So
Yes, yeah.
it's great that
You gotta
you,
be enthusiastic about the heritage of this area.
I
It's
know,
tremendous.
aren't we just blessed with what we have here? And as a
Yes.
matter of fact, where we're
I know,
filming right here,
Yes. I happen
where
to be
we've
on-
got the Mohawk Towpath by,
One of my jobs with the state was on the commission that
yeah,
sponsored this.
and we just happened to, because we lost the space that we were using, and they threw us out, well, they didn't throw us out here, they encouraged us to move here,
Oh,
so.
well, it's a wonderful background.
Yeah, and it's a great background, so Kevin, I want to thank you so much for being here and
thank you.
telling us about Waterford, and
My pleasure.
what a great day trip, or not even a day trip, just drive over there and enjoy a meal in
Yes,
town, right?
yes.
And enjoy the,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you so much.